Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on the Ironman profile. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be testing out a type of mining method or material mining that I didn't even know existed. I didn't even know you could mine this until recently, and it's kind of interesting, and the routes and strats for it are kind of complex, so we're getting into that today, and it should be a lot of fun. If you guys are excited for that and you're new around here, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are. Also, if you find yourself checking on store.hypixel.net, don't forget to use code ZACH when checking out to save yourself 5% on your purchase. I do greatly appreciate it. Now let's get into today's episode. So I was looking around for things I could do for Skyblock XP, something quick, because I'm 7 XP away from Skyblock level 296, which is super nice. There's other longer grinds I'm working on, but honestly, whenever I'm close to a level, I always just look for a quick way to kind of squeeze in that XP to do it. And so I started looking through some essence shops, and there's actually a Rageborn 5 unlock that I haven't done yet. That gives me exactly 7 XP. So I went over to the end, started killing some stuff, started salvaging different ender equipments, and realized that it was going to take me longer than I thought to do that. And in the process, I actually was getting some enchant ender pearls from salvaging stuff, and I put those into my sack and realized I actually have enough enchant ender pearls to craft 3 stacks of enchanted eyes of ender, which is what I need for a tier 11 enderman minion. For those of you who don't know, I currently have a tier 10 enderman minion crafted, but I don't have the tier 11, which is 3 stacks of enchanted eyes of ender. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Unfortunately, you can't put these things into a personal compactor, so I'm going to be sitting here basically going like this: 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then going into this sack: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then just going like this over and over again. This is gonna be great. See, I can't do that because I need like 11 or 12 stacks of each. I guess I can do it with the other one, but yeah, this is gonna take me a minute. Not excited whatsoever, but it is what it is. I got the sacks out, and even then I'm still just used to going straight into there. So yeah, I'm gonna sit here and do this for a fat while, but I'll be back when we have 3 stacks of these bad boys crafted up and ready to go. Turns out I'm not doing it all at once. I just went through all the blaze powder I have. I have a little bit more left, but I'm short. I'm definitely short. That's unlucky. We have a stack in 48 to nearly 2/3 of everything we need, and we're short. We need 192 of these things. And I don't have enough blaze powder. I don't have any more blaze rods. I'm going to look at how feasible it is to actually go grind that out with blaze rods, but I genuinely think that's like a freakish amount. I've looked everywhere. I don't have any more blaze rods everywhere. I did my buy limit already. You can only buy 8 stacks. It was one of those items I thought I could just infinitely buy. I don't know why I thought that, but you can't, so unlucky. Yeah, I'm impatient. I was not waiting for buy limits of blaze powder, so I decided to go ahead and go to the wasteland, or the smoldering tomb, I guess you could say, which is where all these blazes spawn. And Millennia Age Blazes, the one I'm killing right here as I run out of mana, that is unlucky. Probably gonna die here. There we go. Millennia Age Blazes drop 32 blaze rods as like common loot, which is basically guaranteed, meaning I can actually get a decent amount of blaze rods relatively quickly. And that's exactly what we did. We got 2,368 blaze rods. Now the fun part, I have to turn all these things into blaze powder, and for some reason quick crafting is currently disabled, which is going to make this process so much more fun. Can't wait. The OG Minecraft feel. I'm kidding. It sucks. It sucks. I don't know how it happened. I don't know what the admins did. I saw like a patch notes this morning. I have to read through it. If this is permanent, I'm going to be mad. I'm assuming this is a bug, because this is not good. Either way, the crafting must be done. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, turn all my blaze rods into blaze powder, and then we can turn those into enchanted eyes of ender, and then we can finally craft ourselves that tier 11 enderman minion. That's what it's all about, baby. I'm excited. And because quick craft is broken, this is what I'm doing instead. This is great. Good fun. Man, I love this game and how it works, and just everything about it really gets me so excited to wake up every morning and just play. This is great. No, but please, I hope quick crafting gets fixed soon, because this is very much not fun at all. I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, would appreciate if we could see a fix of this in the very, very near future, because this sucks. Okay, I think I'm near the end of it now. My goodness, this makes everything so much slower though. You don't realize how much you rely on something like quick craft until it's gone. And now I'm just like, well, this is not fun. This is not fun whatsoever. That should be 192 enchanted eyes of ender. Beautiful. 3 stacks. Finally, oh my goodness, I'm really excited to finally be done with this minion as well. It's just gonna be super nice to have a an important minion like Enderman just maxed out, which is always super nice. So let's go ahead and do it. Also, let me collect those real quick. And 3 stacks enchanted Eyes of Ender. Tier 11 is the max. Boom, there we go, and we leveled up level 296, which you do love to see, and it's done. Oh my goodness, we completed it. Fat level up, 4 more levels to go until level 300, which is super exciting. We are actually getting there. But yeah, Enderman Minion maxed out, which you just love to see. Beautiful. Today we're going to be messing around with something that is kind of more recent of a change. They've made it so you can actually mine ice and fortune works on it. The catch is, I believe you need Silk Touch. I'm still trying to figure it out. I haven't really seen like anyone talk about mining ice here, because I don't know, not too many people besides Ironman players really ever need to find themselves mining ice or grinding for ice, and here I am grinding for ice. I don't know how good it is. I don't really know what I can do to like this pickaxe to make it better, like maybe a better reforged stone. Like I really don't know. I tried with my drill and I was not getting any ice because I've tried to put Silk Touch on it, and it basically says it will override fortune, which I have fortune 4 on my drill, so obviously I'm just not going to take that off, and this seems to be working. I seem to be getting a decent amount of ice, as you can see up at the top. I'm just very confused by how this works. I'm happy I'm getting ice. Like, there was no way to really grind for ice at all before, so either way, even if this is as fast as I can get it, I'm more than happy with that. I'm rocking my Skate the Pet. I'm also getting some gifts in the walls, as well as some glacial fragments, which I will see myself needing for the glacial scythe, which is super nice. But yeah, so far, it's very interesting. I don't know, everything kind of just like shatters in my face. And the reason why I'm doing this today is because I need to do a bunch of winter fishing, mainly for hunks of blue ice and hunks of ice and all that stuff, but also ice essence. Ice essence is a big thing. The main way to get it is actually ice fishing. You do get some from dungeons, but if you're on Ironman, also, can I have that, please? I want it. I see it. I see it. Can I have it, please? Oh, it actually gave it to me. Nice. But yeah, to get all the ice essence you need to max out the shop, you definitely need to do a ton of ice fishing. And so to do that, I need an auger rod. I still don't have an auger rod on this profile. I could use my rod to see, but an auger rod is just that little bit better. So yeah, it's definitely worth going for, especially considering how much ice fishing I need to do eventually on this profile. So yeah, thought I would basically come in here, see if we can mine out an auger rod, and kind of see how this process goes and mess around with it. Please comment down below different ways to speed up this process. Hopefully I shouldn't be mining for too long today and we can get an auger rod kitted out, but that's the plan. Yeah, it's definitely interesting in these caves, like just being able to mine ice, and I seem to be getting a decent amount that I'm kind of happy with, so hopefully it adds up and we should be able to get an auger rod sooner rather than later, because I want to get fishing really soon, and we'll have to be back to ice fishing, or sorry, ice mining eventually though, because I want frozen blaze armor for museum. I want a Yeti sword eventually for museum, and the biggest thing for Yeti rod is 6 stacks of enchanted packed ice. So if this method is like decent and I can actually mine like a good amount of ice, that becomes so much more doable on this profile, which makes me really excited. There's a lot of ice things, glacial scythe as well. I only have a frozen scythe, so yeah, I literally need stacks upon stacks of enchant packed ice, and this seems like it's gonna be the best way for me to get it because minions are so slow. So I just came to do my starfall, got my 4 stacks, and actually I forgot I have something else finished in my forge that I tossed in here last night. That is my mithril drill. I have a mithril drill now. Isn't that disgusting? I agree, but it's going in the museum. It's gonna be in the museum for a while because the second and last tier needs 10 golden plates and 2 mithril plates, which is just a lot of materials to run around and collect right now. So I will be doing it. It's like 38 mil worth of material, so not including the base drill, it's like 32 mil more worth of material. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shove this thing in the museum for the time being. Already warped over to the museum really quickly. Time to go ahead and slap my mithril drill in there. This thing's gonna be sitting there for a minute until I get the upgrade. I also need to upgrade my gemstone drill, which requires me to do like the most obscure type of fishing, which is like fishing for magma cores. I don't know if anyone even knows what this item is. I'm pretty sure this is like the only thing you need magma cores for, and they drop from lava blazes as well as lava pigmen with a 1 in 500 drop chance, which is disgusting. And they also have a chance of dropping some ridiculously rare dyes, eternal flame rings, just so strange. And to get these, you have to fish in the magma fields, in the crystal hollows, and yeah, I need 5 of these things to upgrade it to a topaz drill. So it's so random and so obscure. we'll do it eventually. I don't even know if anyone even knows that that item literally even exists. It's just so weird. Like, what? Why? Like, why is this a thing? But eventually we'll need to do it for that museum. But let's go ahead and actually claim our rewards. 9 Skyblock XP. Don't mind if I do. Beautiful. And now it's time to mess around and try a couple different things for mining ice. I've been brainstorming. Okay, I have no idea if this setup is anywhere close to good. I'm probably going to try and do... Oh, okay, my Hypixel API is just fine. I don't know why it's saying that. But I'm probably going to do some tests where I basically see how quickly I get ice like this compared to wearing full Devon. I really don't know. It's gonna be quite interesting. Like here, if we go ahead and look, I have 1,356 ice in here. If we go ahead and just break a few, like so, like how much was that? That normally will give me like 300. Okay, give me like 500. It's really hard to say. Like I don't know what a good method is for this. I don't know what's good. Earlier I tried snail pet with like a bunch of speed, and it felt like it was going the same as me wearing like Devon and doing this. So I really don't know. Okay, it does look like the refined mineral or the mineral armor actually does do like the thing. So maybe that helps, and I can kind of just like run around like that. Okay, yeah, kinda. Interesting. The problem is, it's just like I don't know where I should even be mining. Like, what wall should I be sitting at? Like, there's so many unknowns really with this. I've looked everywhere. I have not seen a single video about how to mine ice in the glacial cave or even on Jerry's workshop since they made the change. So I have no idea. I'm learning on the spot, and it leads to a little bit of confusion and some slower rates for a while until I'm kind of properly informed. But I guess this is what we'll try for a while. It feels pretty good. Like, how much ice was that? Yeah, like 8,000. I don't know. Even then, it kind of feels like what it was before. Maybe it feels a little bit faster, but it's really hard to say. Glacial fragment, that's always nice to see too, though. Yeah, ice mining's so weird. Also, I fully underestimated how much ice I actually need to get. Yes, I can get ice this way, but why is every craft that requires ice so ridiculous? Like, I did the math on the auger rod. I need to mine 3.2 million ice. Why? Why is that the thing? We will not be getting auger rod today. I fully misunderstood how difficult that was to get. So yeah, definitely not happening today. I've heard some people say that you can mine like 40 enchanted packed ice like per hour. So I really don't know. I'm very conflicted about this. I'll do some time tests and see what it's like, but once again, there's just so many unknowns for me about how to properly mine in here that I just have no idea. So I'm gonna try my best and hope for the best, and we'll see how much ice we can get. So something I've kind of this is, by the way, all educated guesses. Everything in this video could be completely false because I genuinely don't know the proper way to do this. But from my understanding, what affects ice is vanilla mining speed. So the custom mining speed that we have on like drills, for example, doesn't work on ice, at least in Jerry's workshop to my knowledge. So that's why like I have to be using like a stonk instead of my drill. And also I just don't want to erase Fortune 4 from my my drill and change some stuff. I think just putting Silk Touch on this is probably the better bet, but that's my understanding of it, is that like it's based on vanilla mining speed. It's not actually based on the custom mining speed that we know and use like in the Crystal Hollows and the Dwarven Mines. That's my understanding of it. Once again, please feel free to like test or let me know in the comments down below, because I really want to know. Because if there's a better way for me to mine ice, please let me know. I literally have to mine like tens of millions of ice if I ever want to max everything that requires it on Ironman. So I would love to know. Please let me know in the comments. Yeah, we're kind of learning together here today. And it's definitely an interesting and kind of, I guess you could say, obscure mining material. Like, who really sits here and mines ice? I mean, not many people, unless you're going for like glacial fragments. So yeah, it's really obscure, kind of random. Haven't seen a single video on anyone mining ice in here before, so maybe I'm just completely wrong, but I am getting ice, so I don't know. I don't know what to think. Another thing I'm learning too is I don't think compact, like the compact enchant or the refined reforge, actually affect ice. I'm pretty sure it's as basic as Silk Touch on a pickaxe that insta breaks, running around, and yeah, just kind of just hoping that you get a good amount of ice. And it's just so strange. Like, I feel like more things should affect this, because I mean, if you look at any of the things that you need in this game mode, it's sickening how much ice you need, for anyone who isn't aware. It is disgusting how much ice we need going forward. If we go ahead and look through some collections alone, I'll show you a couple of things I still need to do. So let's go ahead and look at Frozen Blaze Armor. I need a stack of enchant packed ice per piece, 4 stacks for the entire set. Next, Auger Rod, 2 stacks of enchant packed ice. That already puts us up to 6 stacks that we still need. Glacial Scythe, I need another 3. So that is going to be 11 stacks of enchant packed ice we need. And then the big boy. Okay, these are just the things I can think of off the top of my head. There's probably more I'm forgetting. We go and look at the Hilt of True Ice. 6 stacks here. That puts us up to 17 stacks of enchant packed ice that we require on this profile to max everything that needs ice, if I'm not mistaken. There might be something I'm missing or forgetting, but those are the big ones that I can think of right now. It's genuinely disgusting. And anyone wondering, that is an absurd amount of ice. It's about 1.6 million ice per enchanted stack of packed ice. Very, very roughly. That's the very rough math. So if we do 1.6 million in my little calculator I have at the bottom here, times 17, we need to mine 27.2 million ice to max everything that we need, which is absurd. Genuinely disgusting. I've only used a Minion mainly for ice in the past, and I've gone 1.9 million, which is about, you know, a 20th of everything I need, roughly. So, yeah, it's kind of disgusting how much ice you need. So if there are better ways to do this, please let me know. I mean, this method works. It really does. It's just, it's not amazing. If you can avoid mining ice by hand, I do highly recommend it. Yeah, it's just kind of gross. Like, how much was that we just did there? That was 2 enchanted packed ice that I was just able to craft, that we mined while, like, testing things over the last couple minutes. So you can get enchanted packed ice, you can, but you need so much. So, yeah, if you have anything, any tips or tricks, please let me know. And I've probably said that a ton of times, but I'm just trying to figure out how to make this grind reasonable, or if this is just a minion carry type of thing and I just have minions down, like an ice minion down for the rest of my life. Please let me know. I would love to know if I can do this by hand. So I just did a little bit of a test, a 5-minute test to be exact. I know, not a very big spread, but I wanted a kind of just understanding of how much ice I can be getting every 5 minutes. And I got 303 enchanted ice. I made sure I cleared out my sack. So yeah, we got 303 enchanted ice exactly, which times 160, which is how many ice it takes to make 1 enchant, is 48,480 ice that I mined in a 5-minute span. So 48,480. If we go ahead and if we were to do this for an hour, we would times this by 12. It comes out to 581,760 ice an hour, which honestly isn't terrible. It's not that bad. That's still like 60 hours of mining ice to max everything, which is genuinely disgusting. And I'm going to be honest, I will definitely have more downtime than I did in these 5 minutes, because I just wanted, like, what's the most I can get in 5 minutes? Basically, it can be a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on which ice blocks you break. So 581,760 in an hour. So if we were to go ahead and divide this by 160, that would be 3,636 enchanted ice in an hour. So 3,636. And if we go ahead and divide this by 160, it comes out to about 23 enchanted packed ice an hour, which isn't amazing. I'm gonna be honest. It's nice. It's not great. You know what I mean? It's not. So a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, those are just the rough numbers with, like, no downtime. There must be, like, a setup thing I'm missing if I heard someone say they were getting nearly double that. Like, double that is kind of okay. I mean, it still comes out to, like, a freakish amount of ice mining, but, you know, it's a lot more respectable. If I'm only getting 22 enchanted packed ice an hour, like, that's something to be a little bit worried about, you know? It's a lot of time. I mean, still infinitely faster than a minion, do not get me wrong, as it should be though if you do anything by hand, but I just feel like there's setup things that I'm missing out on that aren't exactly fully helping me reach my potential with ice mining, because I feel like I could be making so much more. I just don't know what I need to change or add or do. I mean, it's just so vague. No one's made a video about how to mine ice. I looked everywhere. I've seen videos on how to mine ice, but it's people making like ice trays on their island, or like just weird, obscure things. So yeah, no one's been mining ice in the glacial cave apparently. And I would love to know, because I feel like it would be very beneficial to a lot of Ironmans what the best ice mining setup is based on all of the items that they want us to put into the museum now. And I mean, I want auger rod just for other stuff as well, and I'm sure other people want like frozen blaze armor. I know you have your buy limits you can do, and you can toss down some minions, but I feel like there should be a way you can do it by hand. So after a little bit more math, I need 15 stacks of also, yeah, me and Luke are trying to crunch some numbers and see what's the best method, but I need 960 enchant packed ice for everything I want. Assuming I'm not forgetting anything, I very well could be. Things I'm thinking about, if we go ahead and look at ice collection again, just to remind myself, I'm looking at frozen blaze armor, auger rod, glacial scythe, yeti sword. I think those are the only things I need, which comes out to 15 stacks of enchant packed ice, being 960 enchant packed ice. Now, if we round up and say I'm getting 23 enchant packed ice an hour, which is very, very minimal downtime, as in none. So that comes out to be a whopping 41.7 hours. We'll round up to 42 because we rounded up the other thing as well. So 42 hours of ice grinding, no downtime. Which is a lot. That's a lot of ice mining in like this very obscure way. But honestly, it kind of needs to be done. And it's something I want to complete eventually. So something that I'm kind of thinking in my head is every time Jerry's Workshop opens, I think I'm going to come and mine ice for a couple hours until we eventually get through 41 hours of ice mining. I'm not going to hurt myself and try and do it all in like 4 of Jerry's Workshops being open, as it is only open for 10 hours at a time. That's another thing that's really weird about this item is, like, the best way to grind it, which I believe is what we figured out so far, you can only do for a 10-hour window every 5 days. It's very, very strange. And you do also get presents and a few other things along the side, but yeah, very, very strange. I'm actually curious, how much money is that, like, per hour if we were to go ahead and do it money-wise? So let's say we were to get 23 enchant packed ice an hour. To NPC, how much money is that an hour? 294k. Nice, nice. Yeah, but if you were to sell this, it's about 4 million coins worth of ice an hour. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's really competitive with other mining things you can do. So I would love to see them, like, make the fortune properly count. I don't know, it's just such a weird material. Like, I don't know if snail is the method and maybe my numbers just weren't adding up and I was looking at it wrong or something. Like, please feel free to test and let me know, because I have a lot of ice grind to do, so I would love to know if there's a better way to do it. A major innovation to what we are doing has just come to fruition. Luke Miner actually discovered probably what I would assume is going to stay as one of the, if not the best spot to mine ice, and I did a 5-minute test to see if it was better than what I was doing. Before, I was coming into this back room, running along this back wall, running along the other side, and kind of just going back and forth. We found this other spot in this back corner over here, and you might be wondering, okay, there's not really, I don't really see what's going on here. Basically, you utilize the ceiling. So let's say you start here, you mine your way up, you jump your way down, you mine all the way across. I just realized I don't really, well, I already have the numbers written down. You come around, you jump along the wall here, you go into the corner, you do the corner, you jump up the wall again, and basically just have like an infinite loop of ice that respawns. And yeah, you kind of just keep going around in circles just like this. It's actually kind of nice. Genuinely a way better method, so I thought by the first glance. So I did a 5-minute test again to see how we would do. If you guys don't remember, our first 5-minute test, we did 48,000 ice in 5 minutes. This time we did 58,400 ice in 5 minutes. Once again, minimal downtime. I was still getting used to the spot at the beginning, so I think I can push a little bit better than that in a 5-minute time period. If we go ahead though and take 58,400 and we times it by 12 for an hour, that comes out to over 700,000 ice in an hour. If we go ahead and divide that by 160 now, that comes out to 4,380 enchanted ice every hour. And if we divide that by 160 again, that comes out to 27.38 enchanted packed ice per hour, which is genuinely like a big step. Like, that's actually quite a bit. Before we were at 22.7, now we're at 27.3. So that is actually a massive gap just by finding a better spot. So yeah, highly recommend mining here if you do find yourself mining ice for whatever reason. And yeah, overall, pretty happy with that. It's hard not to be. I feel like that's the best we're gonna get in terms of some of our rates. Yeah, so it comes out to just a ton of mining though. So 27.38, if we do 960, which is how much I require in total, divide by 27.38, that comes out to 35 hours of mining ice. That is a 6-hour time save just by finding a better spot. So pretty happy about that. I think there'll still be innovations that we come across and things that we think of or change, but I feel like that's the best I'm going to have for ice mining for a good while. Yeah, shout out to Luke Meyer for finding this location. It actually helps a ton. So unfortunately, that is going to be it for today's episode. We kind of explored like a whole new branch of material grinding that I didn't even know was truly possible until we kind of messed around with it. Once again, excited to see your guys' comments about it and basically any changes I can make or add-ons to my setup to kind of make this process any faster, because 35 hours of ice mining doesn't sound like the most intriguing thing, but it's nice to know that it is possible and something I guess we can start chipping away at. So thank you so much for watching today's video all the way to the end. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Don't forget to use code Zach when checking out the Hypixel store. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace out.